Greetings! I'm Epictetus, and this is Epic Tech. Ooh, we've got some fun stuff ready for today. Well, I think we do. We'll have to see if you think it's fun. So I projected in a new version of the old plane from last episode, and I made a few changes, and I think you're gonna like it. So, for one thing, I actually hooked this up. So the battery is completely charged at this point. I threw in some down thrusters, so hopefully we'll be able to hover in for a stop. We'll see. We'll see. I also threw lights on. These are the official. I looked it up. I Googled it. And apparently, this is how lights are supposed to be. So a red one on the left and a green one on the right. And I just had some fun with that. And I also threw in a tail fin. Somebody said that this would help with the sliding, and that makes logical sense. So, yeah. There you go. That's all. So I want to get this thing out. I've been sitting here staring at it, just dying to try it, and oh, it's dark outside. Why is it dark outside? Okay, never mind. We'll come back to that. There was something else I did. I feel like I did something different. But I took a new blueprint, so if we crash this one, I can just project in another one. It'll be nice and fast. The other thing I did is made a new jet chair, and I'm going to intentionally stand right here so you can't see it. I started to project in the old jet chair, and I thought, no. I want to make a new one, and I'm going to make a new one that isn't going to have some of the same problems that the other one did, and hopefully will be better able to stop if I go too fast, because I really just don't want to have to deal with that again. So, presenting Jet Chair 2.0. Oh, it's way over here. Jet Chair 2.0. Look at that. And in honor of my community manager, Commander Kitten, I have painted it purple. Because he likes purple, apparently. So, there we go. So there are now 2 down thrusters, 2 forward, and 2 backward, and then just 1 left and right for, managing that. And why did that light just go out? Okay, whatever. I think it's just kind of right at the top, like 99%. Yeah, there we go. So I also went with a battery. So this thing is battery driven, which means it can put out a lot more instantaneous power. And we don't have to carry around uranium or think about that. We just have to make sure and dock into a connector. But since really, it's just power we're getting, it doesn't matter where the connector is. So I just slapped one right here. Figured that was a nice, convenient thing to do there. It's about the same size as the other one. I think it's just a little bit wider. And that's about it. But it's got all the same stuff. And I even threw on a ore detector, because there's been several times where I've wanted to kind of get down in there and see, well, what's in this? And I think that'll actually work pretty well. I wanted to try that out, actually. So let's see. Let's turn off the... No. Oh, it wasn't on recharge mode. Okay. So here we go. Normally I'll leave it off. But look at that that energy usage meter on the right there. Look at this. I am flying in. I'm like using as many thrusters as I possibly can, and it's not even going over 70. And it stops really fast. So I can get going, and then because it's got those two forward and backward thrusters, it's a lot more responsive. Oh, I even put a camera on the back of this, by the way. Because why not? And there you go. Oh, hang on. I wanted to turn on recharge. I might even actually throw a programmable block on there and set it up with a script that will turn on and off recharge when it's connected to a connector, and maybe turn off the light if it's connected to a connector, things like that. We'll see. Okay. All right. So today we are going to do something extra fun that I have been meaning to do for about 2 seasons. Like, since season 0, I've been meaning to do this and have not gotten around to it. It's one of my favorite scripts, and I just never found time to do it. So, let's browse the workshop. There it is, the floor plan script. Okay, this is very cool. So we're going to go ahead and hit check code, and hopefully everything works. Yes. It's been a while since I've actually even played with this. PB floor plan. And I don't want to capitalize the L. Okay. So, the floor plan script will actually create a floor plan on these 3 screens up here that I've had sitting here. If I can remember how to do it. Okay, we need to have it run once a second, I think. Or no, we need it to be constantly running. So I think I've got a constant run over here. Yeah, this is the constant. So we'll set up actions. And we'll add in the floor plan script here. Or this thing. Run with default arguments. Alright, so this is running now, and it's telling us what it can see, which is if there's any damaged blocks or whatnot on the station, or in the stump, I guess. Now we just need to give it names. So in here, we can rename this one to L_panel. I think that's all we need initially. Oh, no, we need to actually also show text on screen. No? Let's put L report over here and see if we get anything. Oh, you know what? I think if I'm not mistaken, this is one of those scripts that you have to kind of reset it. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, it only searches for its panels when it first starts up. So, okay, that's interesting. That is not our, yeah, that is definitely not our tree. So let's go over here. So this is L report, and we can do, I think, L status over here. And let's just run this again, recompile. And this gives us some more information. So, damaged terminal blocks and alert blocks and all kinds of things. Air vent alerts. So I've got an, oh, yeah, that air vent right there is probably under alert. That's okay. This is weird. So, okay, so here's where the other, this is where the other cool thing comes in with this script, is it's got a menu. I'm going to put a screen down here, just a regular screen, and then I'm going to put a button panel right here. Yeah, that'll work. So I can actually access the button panel, I can see the screen, and I can see those over there. Okay. So this guy over here we're going to rename to L menu. _menu. And this one I just want to name it. You don't have to name this one, but I'm going to call this one floor plan buttons. And apparently I really like the capital L's here. Let's just do that. And we'll come right back to that. We just needed to analyze and figure things out. So recompile. There we go. Yes. So this one is all set up to be the menu. And we just need to set these up to actually like send commands to that menu. So there needs to be an up, a down, an enter, and a back. So let's have this one be back. And that's just a matter of doing this. So you basically send down, or you have the programmable block run with an argument. So in this case, we're going to do back, confirm, and then we'll do up, down, and enter. All right, so now we can do this. So this is, so we can go down, down. Let's see, we want panel cosmetics. Let's see what's in here. So there we go, and it sees panel 1, L panel. That's that one right there, and we want to change that. So, oh, actually, we can do all panels because there's only really one that has a display. There's lighten, darken, toggle location marker. Actually, that would be good. Let's turn on the location marker because that will identify where it is on the floor plan, where that specific display is, kind of a you are here thing. Toggle image. Don't know what that means. Oh, that turns the whole thing off again. Okay, don't want that. Toggle cross for alert. No, we don't need that. Panel actions. Here we go. We'll do all panels. And yeah, this is where we can kind of set up things. Relative density, we'll get back to. Let's smooth edges. That didn't help. Toggle terminal blocks. No. Default view. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Zoom out. This is what I want. No. I wonder... No, it's just a solid square. This is crazy. I wonder if this works in this version. Oh, this is making me sad. Let me go do some research. Oh, okay. You have to set the font to monospace. That's the trick. Okay. Good. It does work. So as you can see, this is a top-down view of the tree. We've got our, yeah. It's a top-down view of the tree. Okay, let's do some, let's fiddle with things more. Okay, so there's toggle density. Let's see what that does. Not much. Doesn't do anything. Okay. Let's zoom in. Actually, I'm going to zoom in a lot on this one. Is that as far as it'll zoom in? You can also pan. And then you can also rotate. So many things. There we go. Let's pan up. So I kind of want to see the center of the tree there. Also, there's a way to have more than one display, more than one view on that screen. Let me look that up again. Okay, so it looks like the feature for putting more than one map on the same screen is gone, but he's added in something even better, and that is spreading a single map across multiple screens, which is very cool. So we could fill a wall with... I might do that later. For right now, I actually just want to make this center one, which isn't really helpful. I'm going to change this to be L panel, and we're going to call this one C. I think I'm allowed to do that. And L panel L for left. Let's recompile and get it to reanalyze. Okay. Oh yeah, monospace. This is important. Where'd the font go? There it is. All the way to the bottom. There we go. Okay, so we've got the same thing, though this is interesting that that one has all those green things on it. But I actually want to rotate that one. So let's go panel actions, panel C, And this one should have a flip up. There we go. So this is a side view of the tree. I probably want to zoom in a little bit on that. Zoom in fast. Oh, that's a little too much. Let's go. Zoom out. There we go. So that kind of cuts off the branches because we really don't need that much. And you see that yellow bit? That's where we are. Very cool. Oh, and those green, okay, those are all the terminal blocks, all the functional blocks. And there's, of course, a lot of them. So we can actually hide those. Toggle terminal blocks. There we go. Now it just shows things. Now, one of the other cool things about this, not only does it... See, why is it not using the width of this panel? I know it's possible. I'll fiddle with that later. There's a lot to this script. A ton to this script. So I'm going to have to fiddle with a certain amount of stuff between recordings. But one of the cool things about this is if you start to grind something down, like let's say we start to grind down one of these timer blocks. Whoops. That is not what I meant to do. You'll notice it's completely gone. Oh, that's right. They fixed the... a new update came out this morning, and they fixed the speed of the grinder. It had been so slow for a little while, and I'd gotten used to how slow it was. All right. So you can see that red mark right there saying that that is missing. And I can put that back now, and it will stop complaining to me. I think that'll do. So much faster now. Didn't do it. Control panel's on the inside now. Darn it. And I'll have to reset up all the commands that were on that FLoorplan. Oh well. I'll deal with it later, but you'll notice that the red mark's gone. And this thing analyzes all blocks. So even if I were to go in and take out a couple of armor blocks, it's going to let us know that there are armor blocks missing. Now, of course, there's going to be times when we're changing the base that we're going to need to reset that. So actually, let's go and do that right now. I think that's on this. If we go back and we go down to, let's see, is it reload panels? No, it's reset system. And we can also just go in and, yes. We can also just go in and recompile. I think that would work as well. I'm not positive. But you'll notice now it's not complaining that those are missing. And when I put these back in, I don't think it complains about things being added so much. Yeah, it doesn't. So, anyway, there's also things that you can do to trigger alerts and all kinds of things. And if you've seen my recent scripting tutorial, which is coming out, yeah, I think it came out yesterday for you. It actually creates a system for a red alert, and this thing can do all that. But the system we created in that tutorial is much simpler than setting this whole thing up. But this is a whole lot more fun. I mean, look at that. Isn't this awesome? So cool. Okay, hey, it's getting light outside. We can go for a joyride. Let's do that. Oh boy, I hope this fits through the door. I guess we're about to find out, huh? Oh, just barely. Okay. Well, here goes nothing. Oh yeah, no problem. By the way, I also was told that I'm supposed to have these pointed bits on the back, so it's kind of wing-shaped. So I did that too. Well, this is working fabulously. Now the question is, can I land it? But I want to fly just a little bit. Okay, so I did a little bit of sideways sliding there, but... Okay, let's see how this works. Yeah, okay, so that little tail section definitely makes a big difference. So a little area over here. Oh, this flies so much better. Oh, I love this design. Honestly, this is great. I have no idea where I am. I think my base is over that direction. I'm not really This thing flies so well. I want to see if I can land on this. Haha, okay, it was a little rougher than I wanted, but it worked. Beautiful. That was with dampeners off, by the way. Oh, good grief. It's still a little bit goofy to handle because it doesn't have sideways thrusters, so it tends to tip. Goofiest landing ever. Okay. So these front wheels can't turn, and that back wheel doesn't have a motor on it, as far as I can tell anyway. Which means that, well, it actually kind of drives like an airplane, which is cool. Okay, I wanted to see one other thing, and that is how much is left in this battery. According to this, we used 0.04 megawatt hours during that entire flight. Look at that. Oh, that's amazing. This thing is so efficient. I love it. I won't have to charge this thing forever. I cannot walk around the wings, though. So it's either duck or use my jetpack. Uranium, magnesium, and silicon. Okay. Small ship ore detectors suck. Just in case you're wondering. I am 3 meters off the ground, and all I can see is ice and iron. I guess I'm going to have to come back here with something else. The MBT would actually be a really good option for that. I could fly over here with the MBT. I could set down and use Igor to build, like, mining rigs. I mean, obviously, I could also set down the beam drill barges. There we go. Silicon, magnesium, and nickel. Okay. Well, it's not as useful as I thought to have an ore detector on this because, like I said, small ship ore detectors suck, apparently. There isn't a range on those, is there, that's been added? I mean, there is, but it's maxed out, yeah, 50 meters. I think for a while that was inaccurate, because I swear I used to get more range out of those. Alright, well I'm pretty happy with my 2 new vehicles. This is really handy. I want to see... There's my battery. Yeah, I used a lot more battery power in this thing, doing a shorter flight. So the airplane is definitely a whole lot more fuel efficient. I bet you I could go all the way around the planet with 1 battery on that airplane. I might actually even try that. Charge this thing fully up and try to fly all the way around the planet. How long does it take to fly around the Earth-like planet? Does anybody know? I mean, if it's going to be 20 hours, I'm not doing it. But if it's only an hour or so, I would do it and give you guys some time-lapse imagery of it. Because I honestly think that this thing could easily do it. Like, I'd probably land with half a battery left. I don't know. Well, this looks a lot better. I just put in... So I replaced the widescreens with single screens, because it seems like the script really doesn't handle widescreens properly. But it does handle multiple screens just fine. So, there we go. I think this looks a lot better. I think this looks awesome, honestly. That's just really cool. Yeah, it took me about 10 minutes of fiddling in the menu to get these just right, but they look great. I don't know. You tell me what you think. I'm thinking about, I actually could add a couple of more screens up top and even go off to the sides. Gonna have 6 screens up there on each side, and I don't know. Maybe that's overkill. But a couple of quick things so you know how I did this. In the programmable block, if you hit custom data, you can do horizontal count or vertical count equals and the number that you want. It does apply to all the floor plan displays anyway. I think. Seems to anyway. I would have preferred to have each screen be individually controlled, but that's okay. This worked out just fine. What else did I do? Oh, I did a smoothing. What is it called? Let's see. Toggle smooth edges. I did that for both of these, and you can see that in places, it's kind of hard to describe, but I'll turn it off on this one. There you go. See what I'm saying? Now it shows each individual block. While if I turn it back on again, it actually smooths the edges as if they were angled. Because it can't really tell the difference between an angled block and a straight block. So, anyway, that's all. Oh, we had a great episode, didn't we? I really enjoyed that. Lots of flying, lots of awesome things, plans for the future. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to see more, hit that thumbs up button, I almost said hit the like button. Those are the same thing. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notify bell, and as always, I'll see you next time on episode.